I mean, imagine, you go all around the world and smash up everything that other civilizations built, loot what they built, pillage, steal, even steal their ideas and their concepts and their philosophies. And then you sit on top of this mountain of stolen goods and declare yourself to be rich because of your own merit. And imagine telling this lie to your children, to your own children, to your grandchildren, generation after generation. How do you think that's going to go? You didn't invest in creating actual merit. You cheated, you lied, you stole, you brutalized. And then you tell your own people that everyone else in the world has nothing and you have everything because of how much better you are than everyone else. How long is that lie sustainable? I mean, these are people who actually have civilizations, who actually created and built and accomplished and didn't just pillage and plunder. And there's still those people today, even though you have oppressed them, there's still those same people. And you're still the way you are. I mean, a good example actually is African Americans. I don't know if you can think of a people who were more held back, more deprived, more sabotaged than African Americans. You took everything away from them and took them away from everything. They started in your country at less than zero, literally regarded and treated as subhuman, not allowed to learn to read or write or anything for hundreds of years. But you see, they come from a people of accomplishment to one degree or another. Not a people of piracy and theft and appropriation. They come from a people who created and built and developed in their own countries, in their own land. And even though you did everything that you could possibly do to suppress them, to hold them down, to hold them back, and you're still doing that until today, nevertheless, I don't think anyone can dispute the fact that African Americans have become a global cultural superpower. And people like this, with a history like this, with a legacy like this, simply cannot be held back for any length of time by a people who do not have a similar history, people who have never actually invested in their own civilizational development. And that's the West. I mean, imagine.
How did this history get lost? And of course the answer was it wasn't lost, it was intentionally ignored, it was intentionally dropped. We didn't want you to know that there was this thriving civilization that put lamps up that were powered by petroleum 1,000 years ago, and were doing cataract surgery 1,000 years ago, while Europeans were living in little towns like Paris, where the streets were literally their sewage system. Right? And they would just throw the fecal matter and urine out the window and it would flow in the rain into the wells, which is why they couldn't drink their water, because you just die of cholera and dysentery instantaneously if you did, which meant that during that time period Europeans could only drink beer and wine, and so they were constantly drunk. But it's okay, they smelled like fecal matter and urine, so it was a way to compensate, I think. That, and they had to wear wool, so they were always walking around itching. And so you smelled like poop and piss, and you're itching, so you might as well be drunk. How did this history...
So, Shalom Akim, all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostle of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, doing the work in truth, sincerity. What was said speaks for itself for the most part, and I'm just going to read a couple of scriptures behind it. This is Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? I mean, history, prophecy, and just spiritually, you can tell. I mean, the first video I played is like, look, you done held Jake back. That's all the tribes, mainly Judah, the so-called Negroes. You done held Jake back and took Jake away from everything, and Jake still spiritually thrives over you. I mean, like he said, Jake is a global superpower as far as spiritually goes, you know, because Jake is continuously creating while you Edomites are not. Everything you have, you actually got it from Jake, the so-called Negroes, the tribe of Judah over here. Jeremiah chapter 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. You then raped, robbed, and murdered the world, and you still, you say you got it by yourself, but no, you stole it from everybody else. The second video basically proves that, because this is a hidden history in Europe, like a serious hidden history that Jake basically developed Europe. Because Europe, basically, they was shitting in the streets and they was drunk because they couldn't drink their water because they was so nasty. And that is still relevant today as far as Edomites go. They don't like to wash their legs and feet. Hey, where do you get that from? You might have got it from Europe. I mean, I'm just saying. This is Jeremiah 10 and 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. So, what? Our God is not like y'all's, man. The Heavenly Father, basically, we are the children of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives. We the children of Israel. That's why we're so spiritual. That's why culturally and spiritually we can create so many things. Because our God is not like everybody else's God. We got his spirit. So we create. Even in the worst oppression any nation has ever seen. And I'm going to end it with this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 7. For what nation is there so great that the power so nigh unto them as Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, has always been nigh unto us, always been near unto us, man. That's why we're so quote unquote creative, which of course I call spiritual, man. Jake just does this, man, because of the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And that's why I played those two videos. You can watch them as many times as you want to get a understanding about it, man. Like, what did he say? Jake can't hide himself among the people. And I'm going to end it there. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone. Salutation to you, I can do on the work in truth, sincerity. I hope you, I can, were edified. Till the next time, Shalom.